Many people die at 25 and aren't buried until they are 75. Life's tragedy is that we get old too soon and wise too late. Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. There never was a good war or a bad peace. We do not stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. He that would live in peace, at ease, must not speak all he knows or judge all he sees. A right heart exceeds all. No gains without pains. Hide not your talents, they for use were made. What's a sundial in the shade? Search others for their virtues, thyself for thy vices. It is better to take many injuries than to give one. Wish not so much to live long as to live well. They who can give up essential liberty to obtain a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. I didn't fail the test. I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. The more the cushion, the easier the pushing. The Constitution only guarantees the right to pursue happiness. You have to catch it yourself. If all printers were determined not to print anything till they were sure it would offend nobody, there would be very little printed. The more public provisions were made for the poor, the less they provided for themselves. A man who is diligent, honest, and early to bed will never complain of his luck. Reading is easy, thinking is hard, but without both, knowledge is useless. If you want wealth, think not only of earning, but of saving. Laziness consumes the body faster than labor, just as rust eats iron. The greatest enemy of a man is his pride, which creeps out even when he tries to hide it. A nation's hope lies in the education of its youth. Knowledge poured into the mind is like silver in a mine. It must be mined and refined. Spend every penny on what benefits both yourself and others. A man's value lies in his work. I never ate bread unearned by my own sweat. A moment saved by keeping your trousers on while urinating will warm your old age. Judge a man not by his hat's size, but by its tilt. A rich man's pockets hold more shillings than spiders. The wise man learns, the fool does not. Better be the head of a dog than the tail of a lion. A contented mind is a perpetual feast. A laugh can be a very powerful thing. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Fading is true, while flowering is past. If you can't live longer, live deeper. Life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. Adversity teaches who your real friends are. If you want something you've never had, do something you've never done. You cannot correctly view wealth unless you master it, else it masters you. Pride and baseness are brothers. They are inseparable. To obey others blindly is to fight against oneself. He who reveals his secrets becomes a slave to the listener. Drink less, eat less, work more, or sickness will bind you. Knowing a name without understanding its essence is vanity. Envy blinds us to beauty and magnifies flaws. To honor your family is shame. To be honored by them is glory. Courtesy is not politeness, nor politeness courtesy. Learn through diligence, thrive through prudence, lead through courage, and ascend through virtue. To love others is to be loved. Happiness is a form of courage. The first wealth is health. Fish and visitors smell 3 days. If you would not be forgotten as soon as you are dead, either write things worth reading or do things worth writing. Sell not virtue to purchase wealth, nor liberty to purchase power. Eat to please yourself, but dress to please others. If a man empties his purse into his head, no one can take it from him. The time of life is short. To spend that shortness basely, it would be too long. At 20 years of age, the will reigns. At 30, the wit. And at 40, the judgment. Lose not time. Be always employed in something useful. Do not anticipate trouble or worry about what may never happen. The world is full of fools and faint hearts, yet every one has courage enough to bear others' misfortunes. To choose time is to save time. We always have time enough if we use it aright. A light heart lives long. Sloth, like rust, consumes faster than labor wears. To shorten winter, borrow money due in spring. The doors of wisdom are never shut to those who knock. He that would thrive must ask his wife. A man wrapped up in himself makes a small package. If you teach a poor young man to shave himself, you may credit his face to your charity. The rotten apple spoils his companion. When you test the water's depth, use 1 foot, not both. A little neglect may breed mischief. For want of a nail, the shoe was lost. It It is the first responsibility of every citizen to question authority. A house is not a home unless it contains food and fire for the mind. Be slow in choosing a friend, slower in changing. The worst wheel of the cart is often the loudest. A nation's strength lies in the educated minds of its people. The son never repents of the good he does, nor does he ever demand a recompense. Beware of the young doctor and the old barber. A good conscience is a continual Christmas, but a bad one is a perpetual nightmare. The heart of a fool is in his mouth. The mouth of a wise man is in his heart. If you would know the value of money, go and try to borrow some. For he that goes a-borrowing goes a-sorrowing. To err is human, to repent divine, to persist devilish. The only thing more expensive than a good education is the lack of it. A long life may not be good enough, but a good life is long enough. Lost time is never found again. When you're finished changing, you're finished. Time is money. The noblest question in the world is, what good may I do in it? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. To succeed, jump as quickly at opportunities as you do at conclusions. Do not anticipate trouble or worry about what may never happen. Keep in the sunlight. Energy and persistence conquer all things. Well done is better than well said. Tell me, and I forget. Teach me, and I remember. Involve me, and I learn. Beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. He that lives upon hope will die fasting. A slip of the foot you may soon recover, but a slip of the tongue you may never get over. Do not squander time, for that is the stuff life is made of. Being ignorant is not so much a shame as being unwilling to learn. He that is good for making excuses is seldom good for anything else. To lengthen thy life, lessen thy meals. The doors of wisdom are never shut. Silence is not always a sign of wisdom, but babbling is ever a mark of folly. A house is not a home unless it contains food and fire for the mind as well as the body. It is easier to prevent bad habits than to break them. Beware of little sins. Small sin may draw you to greater ones. A clear conscience is a soft pillow. Be at war with your vices, at peace with your neighbors, and let every new year find you a better man. A little neglect may breed great mischief. Experience keeps a dear school, but fools will learn in no other. Security without liberty is called prison. The heart of a fool is in his mouth, but the mouth of a wise man is in his heart. When you are testing how deep the water is, never use both feet. God helps those who help themselves. Work as if you were to live 1,000 years. Play as if you were to die tomorrow. He does not possess wealth. It possesses him. Don't judge men's wealth or godliness by their Sunday appearance. Each year, one vicious habit rooted out in time might make the worst man good throughout. A fool flatters himself. A wise man flatters the fool. He who is content has enough. Pardoning the bad is injuring the good. 3 may keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. Speak with honesty, think with sincerity, act with integrity. A learned blockhead is a greater blockhead than an ignorant one. Reading makes a full man, meditation a profound man, discourse a clear man. Those things that hurt, instruct. Do not fear mistakes. You will know failure. Continue to reach out. A man wrapped up in himself makes a very small bundle. It takes many good deeds to build a good reputation, and only one bad one to lose it. Who is wise? He that learns from everyone. He that lies down with dogs shall rise up with fleas. A life of leisure and a life of laziness are 2 things. A man without religion is like a fish without water. The best way to see faith is to shut the eye of reason. Wine is constant proof that God loves us and loves to see us happy. The worst wheel of the cart makes the most noise. To be proud of virtue is to poison oneself with it. Anger is never without a reason, but seldom a good one. Virtue and happiness are mother and daughter. He that won't be counseled can't be helped. To be humble to superiors is duty, to equals courtesy, to inferiors nobleness. Distrust and caution are the parents of security. A dying man can do nothing easy. You may delay, but time will not. Do not fear death, for the sooner we die, the longer we shall be immortal. When the well is dry, we know the worth of water. Necessity never made a good bargain. Haste makes waste. Never leave that till tomorrow, which you can do today. Fatigue is the best pillow. A good example is the best sermon. When angry, count to 10 before you speak. If very angry, count to 100. Keep conscience clear, then never fear. What you seem to be really. A penny saved is a penny earned. Rather, go to bed supperless than rise in debt. The use of money is all the advantage there is in having money. If you would know the value of money, go and try to borrow some. Money has never made man happy, nor will it. There is nothing in its nature to produce happiness. A man in debt is so far a slave. 'Tis against some men's principle to pay interest, and seems against others' interest to pay the principal. Pay what you owe, and you'll know what is your own. Think what you do when you run in debt. You give to another power over your liberty. Spare and have is better than spend and crave. Never spend your money before you have it. Many a man thinks he is buying pleasure when he is really selling himself to it. Industry, perseverance, and frugality make fortune yield. Buy what you don't need, and soon you'll sell what you do. To shorten winter, borrow some money due in spring. A fool and his money are soon parted. He that spends a groat a day more than his income will eventually become a beggar. If you know how to spend less than you get, you have the philosopher's stone. Nothing dries sooner than a tear. Wealth is not his that has it, but his that enjoys it. A full belly makes a dull brain. If Jack's in love, he's no judge of Jill's beauty. He that speaks much, mistaken. Little strokes fell great oaks. Genius without education is like silver in the mine. Who is rich? He that rejoices in his portion. Words may show a man's wit, but actions his meaning. Speak little, do much. Great beauty, great strength, and great riches are really and truly of no great use